Hello. I'm hoping that I'm live in lots of places. I want to jump on and talk to you about the bonuses that are ending this evening. I want to talk to you a bit more about the Success Program, the Success Lounge, what you get, what it's really like. Because if you've been with us for the last few days, it feels like we've been going for weeks. If you've been with us for the last few days, you will have seen us talking about the Success Program, about what it's like to be in the Success Lounge, the sessions that we run, but we don't get an opportunity to show you that. Like, we can't show you behind the scenes. All we can do is give you a taste of what it's really like to be in that group. And hopefully we did that really well last week when we were using Butter and we were running workshops and we were all interacting, and you would have had a really good flavour of what it's like to be part of that group. So what I want to do this evening, because we have a deadline at 10 p.m. tonight, so in about an hour and 3/4, we are dropping 2 of the bonuses that we have. That's because we have quite a lot of admin to do around those 2 things. We're running a confidence workshop and we'd love to invite you along to that. Actually, do you know what? I think that confidence is at the core of a lot of the challenges that we face in our community. So a lot of the conversations, when you dig down, why are we having this conversation? Why does this keep coming up? It comes back to confidence. And I don't know if it's something to do with, I sometimes think I'm like a very black and white thinker. And maybe that's a sort of academic education thing. Definitely I've been, I suppose I've sort of been brought up to think that you're right or you're wrong. But I think that feeling that way means it's very difficult to, I don't know, experiment with things and sometimes be wrong, and all of those kind of things. So I want to show you a little bit about what happens when you work with us, when you're working with us in the Success Program, the Success Lounge, and I'll tell you about the bonuses again. And I'm really hoping that I'm going to be able to share, because I'm on several platforms at the same time. I'm going to try and share my screen and show you what that's all about, but it might be a bit of a faff. But you know what? It's Sunday evening. We're here, and yeah, let's go. Okay, so I want to talk to you about the Success Program first of all. So I'm just going to try and share my screen with you. I'm going to share a window. It's funny not being here with Joe, because when I'm here with Joe, one of us can chat while the other of us does whatever we got to do. But that isn't happening right now, so I just got to deal with it. Right, I've got that window. Let me share that one. So if you're watching this on YouTube or Instagram or LinkedIn, let me know if you can see my screen. I think if you're watching this on Facebook, you might not be able to see it, and I really don't know how to work out how to put this on the screen. So if you are here on Facebook, let me know as well if you can see it. Oh, I think you can. Okay, good. Right. Yes. What I think you can see right now is my dashboard, and you can see this is my enrollment into the 6-month success program. So this is me being a student, and what I'm doing here is I've enrolled into various programs. Obviously, I enroll in everything, but I just want to show you what happens inside. So when you if you join the Success Program, when you check out, you're doing it on this platform. It's called Thinkific. It's like our school. It's where all of our programs are based. We have all of our courses listed here, but you have your own dashboard. And if you go to your dashboard, you can see all of your enrollments, and you can just flick through them and find the various things that you want. So we're going to go and have a look at the Success Program. When you enroll in the Success Program, you get this version. You also get an audio version automatically added to your platform. And then what we do as well is we put you in the Success Lounge, which I'll tell you about in a second. And there are lots of bonuses, and bonus courses will be added to the platform for you, but we do that manually because different people qualify for different things. So right, let me show you inside. So I'm just going to go into the program now. And what I'd suggest is when you join us, you just bookmark that, this, so that you can, so you can just jump in whenever you want to. I just have these kind of things on my bookmarks, so I know how to find them. And what you'll see here is the introduction. We have videos that just play in the screen. So it's really super simple to work your way around. We're speaking on double quick time because I've obviously been watching this back on high speed, but you'll see Joe and I talking you through the content. There's also a transcript. So if you are someone who likes to download these kind of things, that's always there for you as well. And there's an audio version of the program there for you as well. What you'll find is that it's mostly videos like this. We also have a workbook, which is a Google Doc. So you'll download the workbook and then you'll be able to answer the questions for yourself. So you're kind of building up a manual for your own business as you work through this. We've also got things like reading lists, extra podcast episodes that we know are useful at various points, and little testers as you go through, because one of the things about online training, and you might be watching this while you're doing something else. I think the football's finished now. My husband's watching the Tour de France. It's amazing what you can do while you're watching something else on another TV, right? Or half listening and doing the washing up, or half listening and, I don't know, feeding the kids or cleaning the house or whatever. We all do it. That's why having a workbook as you work through this is so important. And that's why we put little checkpoints in here as well. We need you not just to watch the videos, we need you to go away and do the work. So every video comes with a lesson, an exercise for you to do. It might be something that just takes 5 minutes, but it's something that's going to make a change to your business. So the key here with any training, anything you've ever signed up for, if you're one of those like online course junkies and you're like, I don't know if I'm one of those people, the tip is, watch the video, watch it several times if you want to, but sit down at a moment when you haven't got distractions, where you've decided when that time is, and do the work in the workbook. That's really crucial, because it's that work that's actually going to change your business. So that's my top tip. So you see how it looks. It's all been professionally filmed. We updated this last year. It is a fantastic course. We've also got input in the program from Ashley Leeds, who supports us with some of our Success Lounge sessions. Louise Ball, who's one of the bookkeepers in our community, she came in and filmed some of the sessions with us as well. So it's not just Joe and I talking from our own experience. We also draw on the community and other people's views as well. And I think you'll find it to be a really helpful program. We know, though, that just having training on its own isn't enough. So as well as having the training, what we're doing at the moment, we're about halfway through at the moment, and we're due to start again in September. We also run sessions live. So I'm just going to share my screen again for you. When you are in your dashboard and when you're part of the Success Lounge, I'll tell you about that in a second, you will get to come to live training sessions. So you can dive in right now. We did sales calls last week on Friday. So they're running on Fridays at 12 at the moment. We record them if you can't make it. But we know that lots of people buy programs and then don't finish the course. And I'm saying to you here, like, yeah, watch the videos, but you've also got to do the workbook. And finding time to do that is like a barrier for a lot of people. So to make sure that you can find the time, because it isn't really too much content. It's a 30-hour CPD accredited program, and that's because of the work you're going to do in your business. There are 8 or 9 hours of videos, so there's not as much content. There's a lot, but it's not as daunting as you might think. It's definitely something you can do in bite-sized chunks, but finding an hour a week is going to get you so much closer, because you're carving that time out. And also, if you're coming along to a call with other people and you're seeing them at the same time as you're working through it, that's going to help you keep yourself accountable as well. So to encourage people to complete the program, because we know it makes life-changing differences. I got a message from Nikki Rowland this afternoon, and she said it really has made a difference. If you want that to happen for you, you have to do the work. So if you want to come to the live sessions with us, we're doing repricing next week. Come along, do a repricing session with us. Halfway through the program, you're away, because repricing is possibly one of the challenges that you've got right now. Those sessions are recorded, so they are in addition to the program. You can always watch it on demand, but if you want to dive in, I'm just going to see if I can jump in and show you some of this as well. What you'll find is that Joe and I are on here. Are they going to open in another window? I think. Joe and I are on here every week, and we're just talking with the team, talking you through the live training. So this is like, I think I'm showing people how to use something on the phone. What you'll see is us teaching the most up-to-date version of what we know about that session. So let's say you were looking at what could you be looking at? Let's say you were looking at something around goal setting. Let's talk about goal setting. Let's say you're thinking about goal setting and you're watching the video from the program, and we're talking to you about, do this, this, and this. Joe and I are likely, because we're like personal development junkies, probably, we're going to have some up-to-date insights to share with you. So Joe's been reading a book lately. We're very likely to say, hey, also, by the way, as well as that video that we recorded for you last year, which we're going to tell you about right now, also, this would be a really good thing that we've learned lately that you could go and have a look at as well. So we're always trying to add things because we're growing and we always want to share things with you. If we're picking things up along the way, that's why we invest in ourselves. That's why we get coaching, because we want to bring you the most up-to-date training that we can in this program without you having to go out and invest thousands and thousands of pounds to work with business coaches, which is how that world works. So we're trying to bring you the best of everything that we know all the time. So you also get the live sessions. Let me tell you a little bit about the Success Lounge. I can't really show you the Success Lounge without I don't want to show you the members of the group, because that's confidential. It's a closed group. But what I can tell you is that when you join us, we add you into the Success Lounge for 6 months. So you get lifetime access to the course I've just shown you. But what you also get is to join our Success Lounge for 6 months. And the Success Lounge is just this amazing community of people. It's just this amazing group, people just like you, going through, doing what you're doing, who are building their businesses as well. And not only that, they want to support you. They want you to succeed. And I know this is what we ask of people from the Success Lounge, but I know this happens. People in that community jump on calls together. They jump on and they're like, oh, don't worry, I can help you with that. People share work within that group. People recommend each other within that group. It's amazing. And you'll hear people saying, I've met my friends here. And Nick Lonsdale actually was talking to us last week during Big Week. And she said, I've made some amazing friends and they're, going to be with me for life. I remember speaking to Catherine, one of our other members, and her saying, I'd never leave the group because my friends are there. And I love that, because you need to have friends in business. You need to have people who have your back, who understand what you're going through. And I'll say from experience, it's really hard when you start a business or you're in business and none of your friendship group, no one in your family understands what that is. Like they don't get it because they don't do it. As much as they try and understand, and they'll listen to you talking about the things you need to get off your chest, they never really understand what it is to run a business. And having those people who get it, and even more valuable, having people who do the same thing, who really get it, is so powerful. I've made it because I'd moved from corporate into self-employment without a background in bookkeeping. And actually, this was one of the questions. I must answer some questions in a minute as well. I felt like I haven't got the work experience to be able to do this. Am I really allowed to do this? And I didn't really have didn't have any friends in practice or anyone that I could ask. In fact, I've got one really great friend in practice, but I felt too stupid to ask her, even though I know now on reflection, she would have been the perfect person to speak to. And I think that we hold ourselves back when we tell ourselves we don't know enough and we're not allowed to ask, or we might sound stupid if we ask, so having these people around you is amazing. And I really worked hard to like find business friends in business, I'd go and like make myself, as much as it was out of my comfort zone, big time, I'd make myself part of these communities so I could go and like work out who I was supposed to try and be friends with. So I had some friends in business, but it was never the same as when I met other bookkeepers. And, you know, obviously I became friends with Jo, and that was a game changer because I had someone who really understood what I did. So it's like we've got this ready-made network for you to go and be a part of. And I'm not exaggerating when I say those people will be there and they'll absolutely have your back. So come and join us. What happens is we add you into the Success Lounge for 6 months. And we do that because the program takes 6 months. We're teaching it live. It takes 6 months. And we want you to be absolutely sure you have 6 months of support to take you through that time it would take you to get through the program. However, lots of people stay with us after that 6 months. So we always get in touch with you a few months in and say, how's it going? And, check that you're happy to continue. And then you get to make that decision towards the end of your 6 months anyway. But it's £99 a month to stay. Most people do choose to stay. What happens in the Success Lounge? Well, there's a Facebook community, which is a place for you to ask questions and get responses and practice social media and share photos of your new office and all those kind of things. But also what happens is we have this amazing agenda of sessions that happen during the week. We have a very full schedule. There are sessions 3 or 4 times a week. Generally, they happen on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, sometimes a Thursday, though. They tend to be in the morning. So if you're in the UK or Ireland, they'll be fine, like timing-wise, expect them to be in the mornings. We do record most of them as well. So what happens is you get into the Success Lounge Facebook group. We'll add you in straight away pretty much when you join as well. It's just down to people knowing you've joined and making sure you're added in. And then you'll see a schedule at the top of the group. And then what will happen is all of the sessions that have been recorded will be added to a replays list. So if you didn't join live, or if you're thinking, oh my gosh, I really need to catch that replay, you can go into the list of replays and you can find all of the sessions we have. There's lovely Nicola hosting the technical Q&A this month, or June, this month, just hanging on to this month, aren't we? So we've done sessions, we did a technical Q&A, we have that every month. Marketing Q&A, that's my session, we have that every month. We have a membership call, that's our new members call. The next one's on the 9th of July. So if you're joining us now, we're going to add you in on the 9th of July. We do office hour sessions. So that was an outsourcing session. So those are usually with a guest expert. It might be a bookkeeper who's going to teach you something specific, or it might be someone from a software provider, or an introduction that we've had to somebody who we know has something of value to share with the community. Jill runs a networking session for us. Jill's in our team. She's someone who's available to you actually to just jump on a call if you're stuck at any point, or Jill will get her notebook out and just sit and talk you through it. So Jill's a fantastic member, and her background is in networking, so she's fantastic at making sure you like maximize on that opportunity. And networking is something that feels very new, even though it's obviously something that is the way we found clients in the past. If you're fairly new to practice, you might not have ever been networking. I know it was something I was terrified about. So having Jill there to support is really amazing. We have a practice management Q&A. Jo generally runs that one. We have an AML accountability session. Rebecca Williams is the font of all AML knowledge. She runs that session for us. Cool, that was a long one. That was an hour, more than an hour and a half, that one. Ashley Leeds comes in and runs a sales and money mindset session for us. A new session we've got is our cash flow clinic. Craig Moore runs that one for us. That was another office hour we had last week about accountancy software backups. Irish technical Q&A, that's one that Amelia runs for us. We've got a few members in Ireland, and that's another question I should answer as well around your location and whether this is the right program for you. So lots of sessions. You obviously get to enroll and make sure you get the replays for all of those various sessions that happen every month. So if you can't be there, and I would actually encourage you to not try and be at every session, really don't. There are a lot. What I would do is I'd think, what's my priority right now? Well, what have I got going on that I need support with? Choose the session related to that. and then try and come to the Friday morning accountability call, the community call. It's not on the list because we don't record it, because it's a co-working session, but that session is a perfect time to work on your business. So work on your business in that session, and then every week, Friday, you've worked on your business every week, and you can have a nice weekend knowing, safe in the knowledge that you've given your business the attention that you plan to give it. What I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to just talk to you about the bonuses. I'm going to answer a load of questions. So if you have any questions, please pop them on in the chat. Just pop them in the chat. I think I can see some of you here. I can see Fern. I can see Joe. I've got a question from Fern, which I'll answer in a second. That's great. So I can answer those. I'm going to try and share now I'm sharing a whole window, right? I don't know which thing is controlling which thing, but it's okay. What the great news is, we've managed to get Facebook to stream into our Facebook community, which is fantastic. So what I'm going to do now is just bring up the bonuses. I'm going to talk through those, and then I'm going to take any questions you've got. So I've got questions I've had on WhatsApp. I'll put my WhatsApp number in the chat, actually, if you no, I can't. Joe, I think, is watching this. Joe will put my number in the chat. So if you have a question, WhatsApp me. I'm going to just find that download, which is here. You can't see it at the moment, so I'm just going to see if I can share that screen. Bear with me 1 second. Sunday night tech. Gotta love it. Luckily, I can just fill. If Jay was here, I'd ask her to sing you a song, but she's not. So it's just me. Right, okay, that's that one. Have I got that? Yeah. Okay, let's talk about this then. 6-month success program. Probably the best link to follow right now in this moment, if you're thinking, yeah, I'm definitely in. I'm in. Everything she says is what I need. If you go to sixfigurebookkeeper.com/bonuses, go there. It's got all the links. Really easy, and that link as well will take you to the program. But if you just want to double check what the bonuses are, go to the sixfigurebookkeeper.com/bonuses. This is the program. So it's on demand, 6 modules, take you through your business. Oh, like I said, 8 hours of content, 37 lessons. It's mainly video training and a workbook for you to fill in. Workbook pages look a bit like this. It's CPD accredited. You get 30 hours of CPD when you completed it. You also get this audio version of the course. We send you a sweatshirt, which actually I could have done with tonight. I was joking last week that I didn't need a sweatshirt. Right now, I really do. And we have an app as well. So if you are on the go, you can do the course on the app, which I really love. It's just a habit to get into, isn't it? But if you put it on the front screen of your phone, it's always there when you open your phone instead of whatever else you would go to automatically. We also add you into the Success Lounge. I should talk pricing now. I'll do that now. So the Success Programme is £2,000 plus VAT. If you are overseas, drop us an email, hello@sixfigurebookkeeper.com, and we can sort out you paying the VAT or not paying the VAT or whatever we need to do for your location. We have members in Ireland. We've got a member in Australia. We've got a member in the Caribbean. We've got a couple of members in America. So we have dealt with people around the world. And I wanted to flag that because the 6-month success program is a business development program. If you look at the modules are about your goals, the services you're going to sell, pricing, sales, onboarding, marketing, managing your business, growing your business. These are principles that apply to business, and they are things that when you learn them, they're part of your knowledge, and they're things that you will then go on and you'll talk to your clients about. So that up levels you, just like I was talking about how Joe and I make sure we're coached. So we are up leveling ourselves so we can then pass on what we know is useful to you. You are learning this that will help you in your business, but it will also give you knowledge that you can pass on to your clients, and that makes you a more valuable bookkeeper as well. So we're not talking about UK regulation. We're talking about what's going to help you grow a decent business. Obviously, services are slightly different. I know that in Australia, the role of a bookkeeper is different from the role of, they have a BAS agent, who's the person who can file. So in the UK, bookkeepers and accountants, there's a lot of crossover. It does depend on where you are in the world. I know regulation's different in Ireland. So I would say probably the only thing where there is a slight difference is in terms of the very specifics of the service that you would offer. But this program is built knowing that we have international bookkeepers working with us as well. So don't worry about that if you're in another location. We add you into the Success Lounge, which gives you access to all of those calls. We'll invite you to a members call, which is on the 9th of July. I've had a question from somebody who can't join on the 9th of July. What I've suggested to them is that Joe and I jump on a much shorter call and just show them around the content. So if you also can't make the 9th of July, what I would suggest is you drop us an email, hello@sixfigurebookkeeper.com, because what we can do is run another members call session to welcome new members. I want you to know how to get the most of the program. That's my number one. But also my number one, equally number one, is that you meet one or two people who are joining at the same time as you, because I think that helps you to feel part of it. So if we need to, we can run another session before the 9th. Okay, so these are some of the sessions. You've seen all of these replays. We have lots of great sessions happening. A few maybe we haven't mentioned, like the study session. That happens as well. Charlotte's money mindset session, that's really helpful if you're especially if you're about to go into like a repricing conversation, or you've got to reprice everybody. That's a very helpful one, and Charlotte's so calm and helpful and supportive, so that's a very good one to make use of. Lots of great sessions, lots of great people. And actually what I should do here is just let you know who are these people. Joe and I, obviously you'll see a lot of us in the program when you're working through the coaching. You see us on the podcast. Gemma on the top right, Gemma works with us in our team. She's a VA, a virtual assistant. She is absolutely amazing. Her and her team really support us in terms of what we deliver for the program. So she does lots of things behind the scenes, but from time to time you'll see Gemma and she'll be in touch with you. You'll see her on office hour sessions. She's usually introducing our guests. She's very visible in the program. Other people we work with, Ashley Leeds, he's been, I'm going to say, part of the accounting industry furniture for a very long time. Said with love, Ashley. Ashley's he's a sales guy, and his background is very much in sales. He's now transitioned that onto LinkedIn. So if you use LinkedIn, you'll probably see Ashley around. And he's such a champion of bookkeepers. He knows that successful businesses basically come down to knowing you're valuable and being able to say the words to sell. So if you have got to that point where you've done the marketing, found the client, and then you're like, oh, but now I've got to sell to them, go to that session with Ashley. He's amazing. So he'll really get you to think about it differently. He's done lots of role play and things like that in our sessions as well. And then we've got Jill at the bottom. Jill is a member of our team. She supports us with networking skills. You might have a call with Jill if you're speaking to someone about the program right now. Jill also generally will welcome you into the program, so expect to have a call with Jill when you're new to the program. She'll just make sure you're happy and you know everything you need to know. You'll see Jill around from time to time. The other people to introduce you to are our ambassadors. So they're not actually all on this page, but we have an incredible team of ambassadors who are bookkeepers and accountants like you, and they are just like absolute pillars of the community. They are generous, they want to share, they want to support other people, they're kind, they don't judge, they just want you to succeed. And if they know something that is going to help you, they are there. And they're people who have helped and supported us. We've been behind the scenes as they've grown their businesses. They're all successful in their own way, doing their own thing in the way they want to. We always say you don't have to build a six-figure business. You have to build a business that means the six-figure life to you. So whatever success looks like for you, we're seeing them do it. Just an amazing team of people. We've also got Craig Moore in that team. Steph Merrill's in our team. You'll see them all showing up from time to time on a number of different calls. So yeah, just amazing people who are doing this out of the kindness of their heart and running sessions. When we started this program and we started to run the Success Lounge sessions, we used to just do 2 Q&As twice a month, 1 Q&A twice a month. And because we have this great team of people who want to support, we're now able to run really focused sessions on topics that matter to you. So take advantage of these great sessions, because these people are amazing and they're so generous with their time, and you'll always feel supported. And that's what I want from you. I want you to know I've got a go-to resource for the training. I've got a workbook. I know I'm going to answer the right questions about my business. I've got these great people who care about me, who've done it already. They know what I'm going through. They want to help me. They're going to support me. They're going to show me the way. They're going to make sure I'm not spending hours and hours on software demos because they already know the thing that I need in my business, or, you know, that person's using that. I can talk to them or have a call with them. Honestly, these people are amazing. So Success Lounge is great. Obviously, there's a Facebook group you can chat in as well. That's what that blurry image is. What else do I need to show you? That's all the stuff. That's everything you get. And these are the bonuses that finish tonight. So please act fast. If what I've shared with you, it feels like what you need. The confidence workshop, as I've said, I really think so much of what we do comes down to confidence. It's hard to set goals if you're not confident in yourself. It's hard to reprice. It's hard to charge more if you're not confident in yourself. We need some tools for that. So come to the session. We'll talk about this in detail. We're also going to give you £500 of course credit. So if you remember that when we were looking at the screen with all of the courses, all the enrollments, you can use that £500 credit in the next 3 months against any courses on that platform, with the exception of the Success Program and our memberships and subscriptions. So you can't redeem it against our content subscription or Success Lounge for the future. But what you can use it against is any of these kind of things. So we have a program called Personal Brand Brilliance. We have lots of behind the scenes videos about Jo's practice, her sales process, how she built a 6-figure practice, how to offboard successfully so clients want to come back. There's lots of planning training. We talk about discovery calls, marketing. There's training on how to use Canva, which, if you haven't used Canva, will now be your new life. We talk about social media. So anything there, you can use that credit against it. There's lots and lots of options for you. So those are the things that end tonight. You need to buy by 10 o'clock tonight if you want to get those 2 things. That's £599 of bonuses just out the window after 10 o'clock tonight. So I'd love to see, and I've had lots of conversations with people this evening who are saying, okay, I'm in, I'm ready. This is the time for me. There are other bonuses that are available for the next week or so. They end on Monday, a week on Monday. They are our startup program, which I'd love to talk to you a bit more about. An accountability pod. We're going to pop you in a group with up to 4 other people. So it'll be a group of 5. And we're going to run a deep dive ChatGPT masterclass about building your own GPT. I will show you the script we put in our GPT so it knows how to speak like us. I'll show you, we spoke about this a little bit last week, but I want you to be able to just have content popping out that at least is formed in the way that you want it, not just relying on the hit and miss chance that ChatGPT gets it right. So we'll talk about that. And this has made a big, this is something that's made a big difference. And when we asked our ambassadors, if you were joining the program, what would you really like? They said, we'd like a one-to-one. Jo and I haven't had time for one-to-ones for a long time. It's something that obviously us spending an hour of time with a number of different people is something we need to make sure we've got time in the diary for. So we have cleared the diary out to make that possible, because we know that when we're on a call with you, you'll say something and we will unpack it and we'll be like, right, stop there, let's deal with this. And I want you to have lots of breakthroughs on that call. So jump on a call with us, get a one-to-one if you pay in full. That's available till a week on Monday. I know that will be a really valuable session. So the price is no different whether you're paying in full or whether you're paying in installments. So if you have the ability to pay in full and you know you're going to pay the amount anyway, that's the way to go. I would suggest to get that one-to-one in, and we'll prioritize that and make sure that happens really soon. I'm excited about this. I love getting to know you and learning about your business. Here are some of our community. There's loads of testimonials, which I don't have the time to share with you. But this is the summary of everything that you will get when you join us. So it's a massive bundle of things. It's value. There's so much content. The biggest risk here is that you feel overwhelmed. I've got no question that this program is right for you. What I need to do is speak to you on the new members call and direct you to the place that you need to start, because I think there are lots of programs out there that don't take the time to do that. They're just like, blah, here's some stuff. And that isn't how we work. Like if you join tonight and you're thinking, right, I'm going to do it, what do I have to do? I would say to you, start in module 1, go to the success program, watch module 1 of the program. It's about your goals, do that piece of work, and then go and dip into the modules that you need based on the biggest challenges you've got in your business. Usually the biggest challenges are sales and marketing or repricing, because it usually comes down to money. I haven't, like, maybe you're thinking, I haven't got enough money coming in, I need to find more clients. But actually, is there money on the table with the clients you've already got who need repricing? So can you reprice people? Can you like massively upscale your marketing so you can make sure you're finding those people? The videos and the workbook have tips and tricks that are going to help you know what to do next. And I would be like, I will eat my hat if you can't get this program. You can pay for it in installments. So if you paid for it over 12 months, you're only paying £200 a month, which includes VAT. If you can't get £200 a month from a new client from what you learn from the success program, I will eat my hat. I do have a hat here. So you can expect that to happen, because I know that this program works. We were speaking to Nicola left us a testimonial the other day, and she told us how she's got 300 clients now, and when she started work with us she was still employed. So and she's not the only person. We've got lots of people working with us who are 6 figures or more. Lots of people don't want to be there, but they've been able to bring their partners into their business. They've been able to work flexibly around their children. They've been able to take holidays of a lifetime, go and work overseas for a couple of weeks in the summer, like go traveling. Leander traveling around in her van. Like there are so many examples of people just who now are able to get the life that they want. So if it's really like, do you take a bet on yourself that for £200 a month you can make this work for you? Because I think you can. Right, I'm going to leave that on the screen, and what I'm going to do is answer some questions. So I've got a question from Fern. Do we join the Success Lounge for 6 months in September when you start the course? No. So Fern, you'll join the Success Lounge straight away, because you can start going to the sessions straight away. But we are teaching the course live at the moment, so you can join us. We're in module 3 at the moment, so come and join us for the live trainings if you want to be there. I think because you're joining new now, you are highly motivated to get through the program. That's what I really think. The reason we run the live sessions is for people who have been with us for a while and they're like, oh no, I spent that money and I love the Success Lounge, but I've never really finished the program. Like we'll speak to people and they're like, oh, I'm halfway through, or I've done most of it. We were talking to someone the other day who wanted to join the mastermind, of which one of our criteria is you must finish the success program. She's like, oh, I'm like 70% of the way through. So it's to give people that final push, because we do lose momentum. There's this graph. I'm going to try and do it with my hands. I don't know which way around I'm going. Yeah. So like when we join something, we have this like optimism. We're like, yeah, I'm really motivated. I'm going to do it. And we're all excited. And then we get to this point and we're like, oh, there's actually quite a lot of work to do. And then we sort of start losing our motivation. And then we get to, my personal trainers called it the pit of despair, because it's the same with anything, exercise, learning, whatever. And you get to the pit of despair. And then you're like, oh, damn it, I've got to do it. I've invested, I'm going to make this work for me. I have to make it work for me. And then your sort of trajectory up the slope is slightly flatter. It's not that original, like I'm highly motivated, I'm going to do it. but you just go at a more sensible pace and you get it done. So you're on this at the moment. When you're brand new, you're like, yes, I'm there, I'm doing it. You're going to get to a point you're like, oh my gosh, I've got so much to do. So be aware of that, and then think, how do I safeguard myself at that point? And I would suggest the first thing to do is actually put time in the diary to make sure that you can attend the trainings, and then dip into the live sessions if you need to, because at any point hearing, it's like if you're going into a Success Lounge training about like a technical Q&A, someone's going to ask something that is beyond where you are, but you're going to learn something because you're hearing that conversation. So use it as it's there. But yeah, we will start again. We actually don't finish teaching that until October. So we're actually going to be running 2 sets of training in parallel from September. So you will find that there are a few other sessions going on as well. Use what you need is what I'd suggest. I hope that helps. I'm just going to check whether you've popped anything in. No. Any questions though, just let us know, Fern. Startup program I wanted to speak about. So the startup program is one of the bonuses. I had a conversation with somebody who is at level 2, doing their level 2 AAT at the moment, and I think she said she was maybe 6 months off of finishing level 3. In a nutshell, she wasn't sure whether she was still studying for level 2, quite far off applying for her practicing license, didn't have the experience, wasn't quite ready to start a business yet. If you're in that position, I'm gonna say, because I would never sell or suggest that you buy something that isn't the right fit for you. It's not the right thing to do. That it's that simple. So if you're thinking about starting a practice, the thing you really need is the startup program. If you need to start and you need to check you've got everything in place, you need the startup program. It's £350 plus VAT. There are installment options as well. If you buy the Success program now, you'll get that for free. And if you know that at some point you're going to buy the Success program, it might be worth you having both. The risk is that you might not make full use of the 6 months that you're in the Success program. But then at the same time, and this is where it comes down to what kind of person are you, you might find that being in that environment for 6 months with people who are running their businesses and being able to hear the conversations they're having and like almost predict your own future, because you'll know that's going to come up, so I therefore have to make a decision around this, that could put you in a really good place. So Nicola Fallon, who I think I've mentioned already this evening, great example, started her business while she was working through her redundancy notice, and did all of her training and exams and set her business up, and then started to find clients when she had been made redundant. So she was with us, she did the startup program first, and I'm not sure at what point exactly she joined the Success program, but being there in that environment and filling her brain with that stuff was really helpful for Nicola. For somebody else, that might not be possible. And if for whatever reason, whatever your circumstances are, that may or may not work for you. So I would suggest the startup program is the place to start. If you think you want to join us in the future, it's a really good deal to join us right now in the Success program and get everything. I would just say maybe jump on a call with one of the team. If you go to sixfigurebookkeeper.com/bonuses, you can follow the link there and you'll be able to book yourself in with Jill or Ashley or somebody else in the team who can have a chat with you, and they'll be able to point you in the right direction. Okay, I'm just going to have a little quick look at my questions. Okay, I've just seen the messages from Jo. She's like, we can see you. Oh, another question. Some of you I've been in touch with who have previously been members of the Success Lounge. So you've joined the program, the Success program. As part of that, you've been part of the Success Lounge. You've reached the end of your 6 months, and then you have left and you're thinking, can I come back? Yes, you're very welcome to come back. Please come back. Please come back, whether you completed the program or not. Just come back and, if you've bought the program, you are invited to join us back in the Success Lounge at any time. You're always welcome. So yes, absolutely. Just drop us an email, hello@sixfigurebookkeeper.com, and we'll add you back in. And when you're back in the Success Lounge, that means you get access again to that Facebook community. You get to join all of those calls with our lovely other bookkeepers. get all of that technical support and guidance from all of those sessions we have during the week, but also you get to benefit from those live trainings that we're running. So, you know, if there is something and if you haven't finished the program, this is a really good sort of kickstart to get you back to where you wanted to be. So that's the answer to that one. Is there an option to join accountability pods if you're already in the Success Lounge? At the moment, no. We hadn't planned for that. The reason we put this in place is that some of our members who've been with us for years said how valuable it was to be part of a smaller group at times. So we thought, well, would it be helpful in terms of from accountability point of view to pop you in a group with a few other people who you'll get to know very well? If there's a lot of demand for this, I'm going to put it out there to the Success Lounge. If there is a lot of demand for this, we might be able to work out how to manage it. That's just something for our team to look into. So not at the moment, but it's possible. And that's the great thing about being a small business. You get to be flexible and you get to make decisions when you want to. Right, what else have I got to answer here? I'm wondering if Joe has any thoughts or questions. There's nothing in the chat. Okay, in which case, I think I've done what I needed to do. So 1 hour to go. If you want to join us in the program and you are like, yes, I know I'm going to buy it by the 8th, join us before 10 p.m. because it's the best time to join and get that £599 of bonuses. I would absolutely love to see you there. Thank you for listening to me chatter on a Sunday evening, and thanks for being part of Big Week as well. I hope you have an amazing rest of the evening, and I will see you inside the Success Programme. Take care. Bye.